Hey guys, we're going to get started here shortly. I'm just sharing out on social media. If you are catching this as a replay, make sure you go to the timestamps over on the comments of YouTube and you will find them there. Say hello as you jump into the live chat and we will be there shortly.
Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I got a guest here. Our guest reader is here. Emil, thank you for joining us from Crossroads Key Tarot. I'm so happy you're here. We've been talking, I've been talking about it for a year, trying to push you to do this. But I'm so excited to have you on here because when I do these summer collaborations, my biggest goal is not to just, hey, let's see another reader, but it's more this energy of like, let's see what it's like to collaborate with someone who reads entirely different than me and give my audience the chance here to get to know you, but also a chance for another reading. And that's what they love, is to be able to get different kinds of readings. But I do want to bring up something funny here with us, because when I first met you, it was not on YouTube. It was on TikTok, the talk. And as many of you guys know, I'm on TikTok as replays and shorts, but I do not go live on TikTok. I don't. It's not a bad thing. It's just a completely different audience kind of on there. But one of the funniest things with you was I was finishing a live and my downtime is doom scrolling. And so I was doom scrolling on TikTok, like just kind of chilling out. And I saw this guy with a really cool mohawk, all different rainbow colors, and he was on a keyboard. and just play music. I had no idea you were a tarot reader. I had no idea. So I was following you. I don't even know if you know the story. I was following you, and then all of a sudden I saw some videos of you sitting in your car with this cup of tea or coffee, however you're drinking it, and you were just doing tarot. And I was like, how cool is this? He like mixed his love of music and tarot.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about you. So what is your favorite part of tarot, and what got you started here to read collectively for others, and not just personally, but collectively?
Okay. A little bit of story time.
Yeah.
I picked up my first tarot deck about 30 years ago. Wow. During my first Saturn return. This is around the same time that I was going to massage school, was studying Tai Chi and Kung Fu. That's when I originally joined the band that I'm in. And was swimming in all that for a few years until I became a dad. And then everything, got
kind of put aside because you had that whole duty.
Yeah. And fast forward to the COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
And it's just me and my son here. And one day he says, "Hey, Dad, check out what I ordered." And he shows me a tarot deck.
Shut up. That's awesome.
We'd never talked about it. I'd never shown him mine. And I said, hold on. And I go into the closet and dig mine out and show it to him. And he just looked at me like, why aren't you using them? And this was also the time he convinced me to get on TikTok.
Right.
I
love that. I love this story. I don't know. I never heard the story from you. I love it. Yeah. It's like an origin story of how you started with tarot, and that your son was actually the one pushing you to go on there. I love that. Yeah. What was the deck that you started off with?
I think I started with I started with the one that I had.
Which one was that? What was that deck? The one that you bought? I'm just curious. You remember?
The Robin Wood deck.
The Robin Wood deck. That's a good deck.
Yeah.
I started off with mine was my mom's deck, and she wasn't really in tarot, but I was into, like, she got it because she wanted to know what the spirits had to say. I think that was really big back in the 80s and 90s. But mine was the mythic deck, the mythology deck. But I was so into mythology that I was so in tune with the cards at a young age because it was a story to me, and I knew the mythology stories. So I remember reading them just because I thought they were really cool. And it was not Rider Waite that I started off with. And it's interesting enough, Rider Waite was later in life. And I went, this could have been a lot easier for me if I had this deck. I can see why people stuck with this.
Was it just like images of mythological figures?
Yeah, and I know all the mythology stories. I'm very honed in since as a kid. I love all the stories, and because I can look at the cards and I knew who Persephone was, I could kind of see how she would be the high priestess. So I was just able to utilize the stories to really hone in to what the cards meant to me. But it was more my intuition right off the bat, and then I learned it wasn't cool to be a tarot reader. It was more in this aspect of like, hey, this is something chachi. We don't do it to the side. So I kind of had to hide it when I used to read. So I got more into like cartomancy and that kind of stuff with decks of cards because, well, that's something you can kind of hide. Yeah. So it wasn't something that I was ever reading it for other people. I was using it self-development for me at a very early age. So, and that's one of the styles I love about you is that you bring it back as a mirror to like, okay, this is the structural meanings of these cards, but intuitively, this is how I feel. And then I'm going into that. Thanks guys for joining us. Hello, Nancy. Welcome, Bernadette. Hello, Lisa. Thanks guys. I do appreciate it. I just kind of jumped on in here. but we do appreciate you and we see you. But I wanted to get to know Emil a little bit so that you kind of have his origin story before we get into the all signs. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, we have a goal going on here. So Emil, this is what we do is that we have these little dice here I call them the faded dice, yes. Zodiac dice. And so I roll them a couple of times if we reach our goal. And that goal and target is on YouTube only, guys. So if you're watching on Twitch and Facebook, it's got to be over on YouTube. But if we reach those 5 donations, we will unlock that collective today. All right. And we're going to get started here. Are you excited, Emil? I am.
I am.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, we're going to start off, as always, we start off with some astrology news. And, I do a little bit of research for you. So that's what we're going to be looking at first here. And we do have a couple of things going on for this week. We're still obviously in Cancer season. So happy birthday out there to the Cancers. We're getting closer, though. I mean, next week we're looking ahead into Leo season. So we're really going to see that shift of energy from emotional reflection all of a sudden into, can we be brave and self-expression? In a really big way. But also happening on Monday is we have Venus in Virgo squaring off with Uranus in Gemini. And I don't know a lot about squaring, but I figure, I don't know if, Emil, you know a lot on it, but it's pretty much opposition. So I feel like that's a weird combo with it happening with Mercury retrograde right now. So I don't know. I feel like Monday could be a little rough for us. Let's just stay possible and open with the shifts here when it comes to, energy and, our mindset. So it might be a foggy day for us on Monday. We shall see. Like I said, we have Mercury retrograde as well. I think we're at the tail end of that towards closer to the end of it, right? July. I think it's like July 23rd. We start going into the shadow period.
Yeah.
We also have on Tuesday, July 14th, we have the new moon in Cancer, and that's going to be peaking around earlier in the morning. It's probably gonna be like 2:00 for you, Emil, since you're in Cali. Do you still do a lot of your moon rituals for yourself, or?
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, like the last kind of big one that I did was back around the equinox.
Yeah.
Well, there was the new moon in Pisces where I jumped in the ocean at night.
Yes, I remember that. So guys, the cool thing, if you follow him on Instagram and on TikTok, he does kind of recap some of the things that he does for his self-development work or just cleansing his energy, which is one of the things I really appreciate you is that you're just very open to documenting your experiences.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But the last couple of moon events, I just kept it simple. I definitely put out water and offerings to Hecate.
That's right. You work a lot with, you have to with Crossroads Key as your name.
Yeah.
I love working with Hecate too.
Yeah. And I say working with, but more like, I don't know. It's real casual.
It is. And that's what I always say. It's always a reflection back towards you. So it's not like a hierarchy of we are sitting here at a Messiah and bowing to these gods and goddesses and deities. It's just an offering of kind of like a camaraderie, working together and respect. So that's the way I like to work with any of those deities, is out of respect and also teachings and offerings and how I can reflect it back in my work.
And being homies.
Yeah, being homies, always with Hecate. I love it. All right, guys, we're going to get started here. We're going to start off with Cancer. Who's got Cancer in their chart? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm going to bring up the board here. We're going to switch the format just a little bit so that we can see everything. Oh, there's Emil. All right, so we're going to start off with Cancer. Cancer is going to be up first. I'm going to be doing a reading, and then Emil's going to be doing a reading on Cancer. Okay, let's get to it. I think I'm going to be using the decks I'm using today. I'm going to be using the Message of Cosmics, the Oracle deck. We're going to be using the Whispers of Time Tarot. I like this deck. This is a really good deck. My friend of mine got me into this deck from Michael from Metaphysical Journey. And then this is another cool deck, which is the Guardian of Golden Wheel Tarot. And I think that's what we're going to start off to see what the embodied energy is. As a reminder, guys, here for these readings, I don't start off with reversals. The reversals for me are used for amplifications on the first row. All right, let's get to it. Let's call in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant masters. Spirit, if we can hone into the energy here, whether they're here for the live or the replay, specifically Cancer, how is Cancer showing up this upcoming week? Here we go. Ooh, you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. So that's interesting. You know, as a water sign here, you know, my theory was the Queen of Cups was or becomes the Queen of Swords. So there's this energy here of detaching, allowing yourself here to be more assertive, creating some strict boundaries. But I feel like it's more of an assertive boundary here for you. You're very clear and very logical this week. All right. Let's see what the cosmic card here of what's going on for you, what your reminder is. Cancer, stop ruminating over what you did or didn't do. Let it go. Oh, this goes great with the Queen of Swords. This goes great with the Queen of Swords. So this is just the energy here of no more funny stuff. You are going through a threshold. And with the portal, this tells me this has a lot to do with collapsing timelines for you. All right, let's see how your responsive this is going into the week. Reversals are now up. They will be affected by the Queen of Swords. Ooh, the Ace of Pentacles. Love that for you. Wow. Eight of Wands. Holy crap. There's that doorway. Wow. You know, this is the perfect alignment this week for you, Cancer. And I love this for you, especially if it's like your birthday week for some of you. Okay. But I just feel this threshold of enough is enough. I need to take charge and the gift is me. I don't feel like this is a gift that is being offered to you from another. This is you taking stock of something and moving forward with it. And it's may come not just necessary in realignment with yourself. This could also have to deal with this energy of partnership and collaboration, however that may be. Some of you romantically, this could be, you know, allowing to have open communication, assertiveness here, and taking actions here to see where it's going, where it's developing. But if it's not romance, it's just this energy here of taking a gift of some sort here and making something of it. All right. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's moving forward here that allows you to share it with others. What else we got here? The Emperor reversed. There was a part of you with the Emperor reverse, Aries energy, that may have tried to be picture perfect, could have been a little bit of a people pleaser, but there's this attitude here where I feel that you don't want to micromanage this. The response here is, you know, I want to be more focused on peace and allowing myself here to make a move that's going to allow me to be more stable. All right. Let's see what Spirit is saying, the greater opportunity for you this week. Spirit, what is the greater opportunity for Cancer? Oh, man, this is awesome. I love this because I feel that whatever you were dropping, it's the weight of your ego. Okay. It's just this weight of like, oh my gosh, you know, and if this has to do with another individual and not ego based, and you're dealing with someone here who's a little unruly, bossy, you know, trying to prove a point to you, it's you going, I can't keep going this way. You know, there's an opportunity here to just be very direct, make a big move for your peace. All right. Some of you are like, I'm choosing peace. Why? Well, because this is a connection. You can't make this up. I saw the connection here and there it is on the cards again. All right. It is that alignment. It has to do with collaboration. It's really coming with a clean sense of air here of clear communication. It feels like clear communication with you. Final advice for you: clear communication. That's it. Right? Like, this is it. All right. There's no more crossroads. They love to make me do math here with the Two of Swords energy. I feel that for you, Cancer, this is a week here to be very direct, assertive, and man, you're going to cut through the BS. It's going to happen in a big way for you. All right. That's what I got here for Cancer. Don't forget, you can always like. We appreciate that. We're going to move on to Emil's energy here with Cancer.
All right. Thank you, Tanya.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to bring the spread that I have been using, which starts with the question of trust. What can you trust? What are you being invited to trust?
I like that.
And we start with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And that is an invitation, I feel, to trust the chaos, to trust the uncertainty, to trust that you don't know right now. And it's okay. That's the state of the goo state inside a cocoon before the caterpillar becomes a butterfly. It melts, it disintegrates, right? It doesn't resemble anything, but then somehow, for some reason, that material, that paste, that caterpillar goo, knows how to reassemble and become a butterfly. And if the caterpillar focused on the goo state, like, I have to go through that to become a butterfly, we'd probably see a lot less butterflies around. So trusting in the uncertainty. For clarity, the second card I used to clarify this first one, to bring in a little more context. The Page of Swords in reverse. And I think that goes with trusting in the uncertainty, not spending so much energy trying to figure it out, trying to make sense of what feels insensible, desensible. Because the pages are the babies of the family, and they're eager to learn. They want to figure things out. They're also the fuck around and find out member of the family.
Oh, I like that.
Because that's how they learn. That's how we learn, right? We have it's the scientific method. You come up with an idea, you test it. Does it match what you expected? No, go back and try again. But in reverse, it's asking you to temper that and lean into the discomfort of not knowing and float on that. Like, just allow what is unfolding to unfold. The third card I call Trust. Nope, that was the first card. The third card I call Action. How a suggestion for how to act with this energy, with this trust, and dialing back the mental swords, trying to chop things up and categorize and figure it out. And so the suggested action is the Queen of Cups. To sit with that uncertainty, to hold it with cupped hands, even in stillness, trusting your intuition, and loving yourself through it, being kind and compassionate with yourself, because you're swimming in uncertainty, and it's okay. And as I tell my clients, Like, this is all well and good. This is easier for me to say from this side of the table. It's easier said than done. Yeah, trust yourself. Trust the chaos and love yourself. Okay, great, thank you. But now I have to go do it. And to me, that's the scary part of tarot. People say,
Mhm.
is tarot scary? No, the cards are beautiful. They're not scary. There's, nothing inherently scary about them. It's the messages we receive that we then have to embody and put into action. That's the scary part. Otherwise, we just end up collecting more information and filling up our heads with data that amounts to
Mhm.
nothing unless we apply it. So the fourth card I pull is for grounding. How to maybe find some grounding when you are feeling the intensity of the uncertainty. And I have the Four of Wands reversed. How do you find grounding in the Four of Wands reversed? One of the ways that I like to read reversals is looking at the upright energy, the Four of Wands here, about home, safety, stability, and taking that inward and reflecting it within yourself. And so finding grounding through the sense of home within yourself, built on the corners, the four corners, the four wands of your passions, your inspirations, and how they give you a place to stand and even to jump off of, to as a jumping off point, or like a home base
Hmm.
where you're able to go out and do your experiments, be the page, go and explore, but a home to come back to in yourself. And then at the center of this spread, because the four cards go around, and then I come to the center for what emerges by going through all this. We have the Two of Pentacles. What emerges is a sense of balance, a sense of discovering the resources that you need are there. What you need is at your fingertips, but sometimes they have to be diverted towards some other priority. And what emerges is the dance, I call it. I have to do this right now so that I can do this later. And that's another one of the practices I mentioned in my origin story. When I first started with tarot, I was also studying Tai Chi. And in Tai Chi, there's the idea of moving left so that you can move right, moving right so that you can move left, emptying yourself so that you can be filled. And that's what the Two of Pentacles means to me. So, trusting in the uncertainty, not trying to make sense of it right away, sitting in it, and having grace for yourself while finding your stability within based on what inspires you and what you're passionate about, and welcoming in this understanding of how you are balancing your resources, your time, your money, what you value. All this within the murkiness of this uncertainty, this wheel of fortune in reverse. There you go, Cancer.
I love it, guys. Nancy said, stop calling me out. Stop calling me out. She felt it. She felt it. No more BS. So a lot of people resonated with that as well. Guys, don't forget, we got a goal going on here, but make sure you like and share. We appreciate that. We're going to move on to Leo. Leo is up next. Where are my lions at and lionesses? You ready here, Leo? Let's see what's going on here for Leo this week. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. Leo, how are you showing up right now? No, we were just talking about the Four of Wands, and here comes the Four of Wands.
Hey.
All right. Well, I mean, this is a good week for Leo. I'm feeling it. I feel like there's a lot of celebration. There's a lot of understanding. I don't know. It's whatever the celebrational kind of feeling is, it feels like alignment. Okay. Maybe you're getting through out of a brain fog, or maybe you're just feeling seen and heard this week, but this is what's out here. But let's see what the collective energy here is, that the spirit here is reminding you with this Four of Wands energy, because there's always going to be a challenge. There always is. There always is. Stop giving your power away right now. All right. Now that's interesting, because we always have a challenge card with it. I feel like if you have a tendency, Leo, to not want to be now I have a different feeling on being the bigger person or better person. Sometimes I feel like that can derail who you actually are as a human being, because you keep making yourself smaller and smaller. And so there's just a reminder here this week that not everybody is going to be happy with your wins. And I do feel like a lot of stuff is going your way, but you don't necessarily have to go to their level or dumb yourself down so that you don't get seen and heard again. And so you might have a little bit of tension here with another, but we're going to see how that plays out here for you this week. All right. Welcome back, Roland. Reversals are now up. What's going on here for you? Yeah, the wheel reversed.
Hey.
All right. The moon. Gosh, you got the Four of Wands twice. You have this doesn't necessarily have to be with a relationship with another that's going well, but there's something here where you got good things going your way, whether it's work, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's just your closeness with family and friends. But there are individuals who are outside of this circle. These could be individuals that just assume they have this place or space for it. Thank you, Mitzi, for the donation. But there's something that is coming alight where I do feel that there is someone trying to get in the way. And I think it has to do with the fact that someone has this assumption that they should have what you have. And so just be wary of that. The wheel, when it's reversed, it's not saying a bad karma or you can't take chances, but there's just something here where you're being pushed to trust your intuition and trust that if something feels off, or if you enter a room or space and you're like, something feels funny, or I don't necessarily feel that they're happy for me, you're probably right. You're probably right. There's just something that feels like it's going on in there. Let's see how you're responding here, because this is a good connection. It is. I do feel like there's something good for you. But what's behind this wheel? Or who's behind this wheel? Yeah. This has to do with drive, with you having a glow up, but I also never see the Ace of Wands as someone you carry alone. It's something that is meant to be passed to another. So there's something going on for you where they make me add these cards up, which I feel the tension of the Five of Wands. So there's this energy of conflict and confrontation. Now we do have a lot of that happening. Like I told you, Monday we have we have some planets squaring off here that could bring up some jelly people. But don't back down on this. Yeah, don't back down on this. You have a particular person here who's upset that things are going your way. So whether this is a Gemini or not, the choice is you've made your choice, and the choices that you've chosen, you have been very considerate on. I don't fully believe that this individual or some of these individuals, if it's more than one, have supported you on the decisions that you've made, but you are starting to see results. And so this is a Leo here who's got a lot to offer right now, but also don't back down or listen to the haters, because you do have some people here who don't agree with some of the moves that you're making. Greater gain here with this Four of Wands energy. Ooh, I told you, I felt it. I felt it. All right. You know, nobody wins with the Five of Swords energy. Okay. The greater gain here is you got someone here with an attitude, you know, is pissed that they're not getting what you have, or they're just not happy. You know, it's just someone here who's pretty pessimistic. So just be wary of that. Advice for you with dealing with this scenario or this person. God, power up yourself. This is you. Remember who you are. Confident, brave, very inspiring. But I also see you as a very creative individual. Okay. There's a lot of wands here. 4, 5. There's that 6 of wands. You got a lot of good things happening to you this week. Okay. Enjoy the ride, but don't get cocky about it. Spirit's reminding you, though, that don't let someone derail you for the wins that you have received. All right. That's what I have for Leo. If that resonated, go ahead and like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to get to Emil next. Hey, Tammy, welcome.
All right. For Leo. I had to laugh when your Ace of Wands came up. What popped in my head was big dick energy.
Yeah, you could feel it. Yeah, it was.
And then the King of Wands came up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Ooh. Leo. Trust in the 10 of Swords reversed. How do we trust this? Well, trusting that you are releasing yourself from maybe this is an invitation to trust yourself enough to release yourself from any kind of victim mentality. And reminding yourself, like, yeah, this has been shitty, getting these 10 swords stuck in your back. But it took 10 swords to take you down. And it's the end of that cycle. In reverse, maybe it's saying that you're not quite letting that go, but the invitation is to release yourself from that. Quit identifying with the 10 swords in your back. And recognize that it took that much to bring you down. And now that you're down, you can only rise up. To clarify that, we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Again, releasing yourself from that mentality of lack, of being the victim, of nothing's working out. Releasing yourself from that and going within. The 5 of Pentacles is reminding you that what you need is right inside. to find that nourishment, that light, and that warmth within. For action, we have the Emperor. Reclaim your throne. You may have been taken down, but now it's time to rise up and take your rightful seat. Be audacious. Set your boundaries. Let people know who you are. Not by saying, do you know who I am? But being that. Being undeniable. Being Leo. And to stay grounded with this, the Chariot. Just go. But go with both your mind and your heart engaged, your passion and your reason. You have your direction and your motivation. Don't look back. Don't look back at those swords sticking out of you. Keep moving forward. And what emerges as we work through all this? The Nine of Pentacles, Leo. Fulfillment, achievement by your own hands, reaping the fruits of your labor. You've been through a lot, you've handled a lot, and if you can move forward and not stay stuck in victim mentality and take your throne, reclaim your power, reclaim your realm, that fulfillment is yours. Go get it, Leo.
Roar. Roar, Leo. I love it. Inigo says, funny, do you know who I am when someone says that I never do? I get it. I get it. I get it. All right, guys, don't forget, we got a goal going on here. Thank you, Mitzi, for the donation. Do appreciate it. We are now 4 away from unlocking the collective bonus. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Angel says, amazing. Good job, Emil, with that message. That was a really strong, those actually went really hand in hand together. It doesn't necessarily always mean it's going to happen for our readings, but that actually was a nice follow-up. Virgo, let's see what's going on with you. Oops. I forgot to switch it off of Emil. Hold on. Give me a second. Ooh. Listen. People see this card, go, oh, God. I don't want to feel the loss. I don't want to feel the pain. This is temporary. There's something here that is meant to be cleared for you. This is a huge opportunity for you this week to allow this grief to be released. Okay, let's see what this is about. Let's see what this release is about here for Virgo.
That is so Virgo, though.
Stop pushing against what is. Align with it and move on. Ooh. God, you just got called. You got a spiritual spanking here, but in a nice, loving way. We love our Virgos. We do. There's just, it's not happening the way that you want it. And there's an opportunity this week here to surrender the fact that it didn't happen that way and trying to fix it. This is not a week to fix a scenario here. It's just to, you listen, the most important thing that you can say and the most powerful thing that you can say when you can allow yourself to get to this point is, it is what it is. And I want you to really think about that, because there's nothing you can do about this matter other than to feel it and not to hold it, not to be bitter about it, not to be begrudging. Because this week, there's a bigger opportunity here. And even though it may seem small, I'm not a huge fan of the Page of Cups. I have a thing against the Page of Cups, and we're not going to get into why. But it's always like, yes, it's great. There's opportunities here, but there's an opportunity that you keep putting in front of you that like, oh, it's got potential. It's got possibilities. It may come back around. And some of you think a person's coming back around. But honestly, there's this energy here of all these other opportunities that could be way better for you if you just let this version go. But this is going to be hard because you got this look, he looks so miserable. He's just miserable in this card here. Okay, when you get the King of Wands reverse, it's this energy here of cockiness, can get very unruly, can be very narrow-minded, could actually feel stifling when you don't want to do anything. It's almost like unmotivated, but it's something that you're meant to look at. And the idea of looking at this doesn't feel as enticing to you. And I get it. But this also has the ability here to allow something go and just hone into these options, not in an overwhelmed state, but to flip your perception of what if something possibly could happen out of this that could be amazing. But only you can do that work. The cards are only just allowing you to see it. Okay. How you're responding with this Page of Cup that you don't want to taste or look at, a little mopey, a little bitchy. It's okay. Queen of Swords here is reverse. It's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to do any of that energy here. I know what's best, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. But here's the thing. You got to put this to rest. You got to put this to rest. Okay. Yes, you are at a crossroads, but this crossroads is to allow you to rest and to breathe and a moment to pause and to stop pushing and forcing something here. All right. And some of you are really pushing yourself here. It's almost like you're bullying yourself. What is the greater opportunity here for Virgo this week? Yeah. All right. Realignment. All right. Get your shit together in a good way, right? This is working on your core. This is working on your confidence. This is a gut punch because for you, this rejection feels like I know that I deserve this or I should have this, but some of you, this involves free will of another. And there's just something here that you're supposed to be managing in a different way. And having one foot out the door and having it back in the other is actually making you feel more anxious. And so Spirit is saying, put both your feet on the ground here so that you can see the core of the issue here, which is you didn't get your way, right? Greater gain with the Seven of Cups here. It's done. It's over. Not saying the options are over. It's like, take that out of the pile. Okay. Allow change to happen. The Tower is only building a firmer foundation for you. It's shocking. It's usually not what we wanted, but man, it's the redirection that we've been asking for. So Spirit is saying, embrace this redirection for you this week, and accept it for what it is, but watch how you reflect. Yeah. Because you're watch how you reflect on this boundary. All right. You're very much, I had another reader who read this for me and called the Nine of Wands the stickler card. And it really stuck with me. I said, yeah, that's true, because it is a power move here of like, I'm sticking to my ways. Well, you don't have to stick in place here in something that's been blocked. Now now you can face the different direction here. Okay. Yeah. You can't go that way. That's fine. Now it's like, what else out there excites me? And if you're not at that point yet, you're allowed to have a bad day. You can feel into it, but you don't allow it to stop you. All right. That's what I have for Virgo. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And let's see what Emil has for Virgo.
All right. Virgo. As I was listening to you, I went ahead and pulled out cards and laid them face down so we can look at them together. To trust. Four of Swords. Trust in the healing power of rest, not just taking a nap, but laying down the swords and not thinking so hard, giving your mind a rest, giving yourself some peace. And recognizing that as a strength. Needing to rest is not a weakness. And allowing yourself and letting others know. Like, speaking of those boundaries, like, I'm stepping back. I'm putting these swords down for a minute, guys. There is strength in that, in recognizing your limits and when you need to replenish. The suggested action is justice. And
Wow.
I don't think that means go out and take justice into your own hands. Maybe your own sense of justice with yourself, with what you control, you can find justice there. Finding the balance, finding how things balance upon your truth. I don't know the astrology associated with justice. Is it Libra?
It's Libra. It's Libra.
It is Libra.
Yeah.
It's as you resting your mind and leaning on your inner strength, being able to hold two things at once, being able to recognize seemingly opposing truths simultaneously. It's feeling that Three of Swords, but also recognizing the flow that it's reintroducing. Yes, this sucks, but this is making room for something better. And to stay grounded while moving through this, we have the Knight of Cups, not the page. Move from love. Even in your disappointment, even in your weariness, don't allow yourself to harden. Don't armor up your heart. Let it flow, lest you get more Three Swords in there. And what emerges as you allow yourself to rest, to replenish, to recognize your inner strength and how this all balances on your truth. And by moving with love, the Eight of Wands. You call your power back to you. You call your power back and let go of the need to be validated from the outside. This Justice card is asking you to rebalance where you are delivering as the Knight of Cups, where you are delivering love. Are you constantly delivering it away from yourself or back towards yourself? And that's the Eight of Wands. Your power, your passion, your fire returning to you. There you go, Libra. Nope, Virgo. Sorry.
Virgo. You just had Libra on your brain here.
Yeah.
Guys, make sure you guys are following Emil. He is on TikTok and on Instagram. I did put in the comments here. You can see the pinned comment on there. The link tree has all of his things to follow him. He does do private readings as well. And you are actually right now at a shop. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I've landed a reader spot at the Prism and Pendulum in Escondido, California. It's actually a shop that several TikTok friends were telling me about, sending me the videos from the shop's own TikTok page, saying,
that's awesome.
This is in San Diego. You should go check it out. And 3 months ago, actually, very end of March, I went to go check it out, and right when I stepped in the place,
you just
it
knew.
felt right.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
And it's been wonderful being in a spot, being in a new community that's so welcoming, and doing what I love. Yeah.
That's the best part, is that you're doing what you love. So if you guys want to book a reading with him, you do take virtual ones there too while you're there, right? You do still do that. So if you want to do a virtual reading with him, you most certainly can. And that's over on his link tree so that you can get all that information. Thank you, Angel, for your donation. We are now three away from unlocking the collective bonus here. Hello, Michael from Metaphysical Journey. He's the one who I was just telling you who got me into. Michael, we're using this deck, Whispers of Time. This is the deck you told me to use, and I love it. I've been using that one. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra, let's see what's going on here for you. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. How's your week going here? How you showing up? You're showing up as the King of Pentacles. I love the King of Pentacles. He may be boring, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but he invests wisely, and he's very practical. But more importantly, he's grounded, methodical, nurturing, caring. So there's something here about what you nurture this week is going to be really, really important. But let's see what the Cosmic Oracle deck has to say, because it tends to be your challenge card. Because I feel like something here, I'm just feeling into this. It's almost like there's, when you think of the Pentacles, it's about something materializing for you. But this is changing in that aspect. Trust yourself always. Trust others once they've earned it. Interesting. I have a different take on that. I have a different take on earning trust. To me, trust is not something that is earned until something comes off that you distrust them. I don't technically just not trust anybody, but I feel into it intuitively if I feel right. But there's something that is coming up for you that I feel you're being challenged on when you may be getting some advice, or there may be someone here who's offering you something that this doesn't feel right. It feels a little iffy. It feels a little off. Yeah. Okay. Four of Pentacles here, reversed. This is creating room for something better for you. I know it's going to be a little off here. Gosh, Capricorn energy. We have the Devil. All right. Greed, lust, desire here, but it's not you necessarily. I feel like you're dealing with a situation, whether this is a job, whether this is an individual here that is, maybe they're working for you, maybe there's something here that is in the family dynamic that feels off, but someone here is very set in their ways and wants to have their cake and eat it too. The issue here is there's a particular mindset of this individual that doesn't necessarily want to see you so grounded. So this is an individual here who's going to keep pushing your buttons, to try to show some light here, maybe get you angry, maybe to see if they can rustle your feathers. But more importantly, maybe it's to change your mind. Change your mind. So you're definitely reevaluating this loss and saying, is this really worth holding on to? Do I really want to deal with this? Okay, so you're evaluating that in a big way. Now, with this Leo energy, and we're coming up closer to Leo season, there's an opportunity, and I love this because it kind of shows me the Ace of Pentacles in this card. That's the way I see it, at least. There's an opportunity here that you really don't want to go down that pathway anyway. Maybe you're unhappy at a workplace. Maybe you're unhappy with whatever you're collaborating with, or maybe there's just something here where someone doesn't want to see you go, you know, in that direction. How you're responding to this? Yeah, you kind of don't want to feed the fire. Okay, I don't blame you, right? You're really pulling back. You, I feel, are saying, no, I don't want to go that direction. That doesn't feel right to me. Those actions don't feel aligned to what I want to do. You know, I do feel like someone here is just being very pushy on how you do it. And I think that it's actually making you realize the more this person does this, the less and less you want to be involved with them. Greater opportunity here. King of Cups here, reverse. Here's the greatest opportunity of them all. Ready for this with these water element, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This individual, you're going to see a different side. Anger, victim mentality, explosive. And explosive could be also very overly emotional. All right. What do you mean? Well, this is the way it needs. Now they're going to flip the story. Now they're going to project on you. But just watch as you say, I don't want that. I don't think that makes sense to me. I'm going to stay grounded in what I believe in. And I don't feel that's, watch. You're going to see a side of an individual who's not getting their way. And this is what they've been hiding the whole time. It's their insecurities more than anything. The greater gain here for you. See, you are taking a chance with this person or the situation. Maybe it's a job. Maybe they need you more than you need them, right? But there's a greater thing at place here with trusting that this exposure to this individual is because they need you more than you need them. So this is someone here who is going to start trying to be manipulative to get their way. But the loss here is like, this doesn't feel grounded to me. I don't want to go this doorway. This doesn't make me happy. I'm not happy with this. Some of you are, I'm not happy with the service. Like, no, I don't want that. I want my money back. I don't blame you. All right. Advice for you. Ooh. You don't have to necessarily, this person is going to push you to make an answer right away, but there's benefit here with stepping back. The Hermit, Virgo energy is all reflective. You're looking at the details and what's oriented to you. But more importantly here, you're looking at the bigger picture of yourself intuitively of where you feel guided to go. And some of you, you're choosing a different pathway. All right. That's what I got here for you, Libra. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. And don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to get to Emil next. Libra for Emil.
All right. Libra. What are you being invited to trust? We have the Moon. Trust your intuition for sure. Especially when something doesn't feel like it's all that it appears. If something feels wrong, something feels off, something feels deceptive, trust your intuition. With the Empress, trust your intuition, trust yourself to know what feels right for you. How to move. We have the Ace of Wands. Move with, how to move. Trusting your intuition when things feel off, when things don't feel like they are all that they appear to be. And Ace of Wands, I'm caught between like the fire and the permission that the Ace of Wands gives you, or as a seed, planting seeds of inspiration, throwing off little sparks that aren't quite flames yet, but are the beginnings of a fire. So, trusting your intuition when things don't feel quite right. Maybe not coming in swinging this torch, but planting seeds, setting off sparks that as they grow and begin to illuminate the truth, then they can reveal what it is that feels off, what feels deceptive. For grounding, we have the Seven of Cups. Grounding through grounding through imagination, grounding through your dreams, grounding through all the cups that you would like to fill. If you are in a position, if you are in a relationship, if you are any kind of relationship, if you are in a situation that doesn't feel right, is giving you the ick, trust your intuition. Send off little sparks to grow into the flames of illumination to reveal what it is that you're not sure about. And let that narrow down your choices. Let that focus your imagination on what it is you truly want. This moon, the deceptiveness of this moon is maybe obscuring or making it difficult to decide where you really want to pour your energy, pour your attention, your love. But by lighting a fire and illuminating and revealing the truth for yourself, you can feel grounded in narrowing down your options for what you really want, what you truly want. And so what is revealed through all this? The Nine of Swords reversed. Letting go of that doubt, releasing yourself from the self-criticism, the self-judgment, releasing yourself from the imposter syndrome that keeps you up at night. Yeah. There you go, Libra.
I love it. Thank you so much. All right, we have Scorpio up next. Scorpio is up, guys. We are now three donations away to unlock the collective bonus. I liked how Libra's readings were both regarding the intuitive part here of just trust, because they really went hand in hand. Not all of our readings are going hand in hand, but that was like very clear. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's going on here for you. Ooh, oh shoot, I got it on Emil again. I switched it. Here we go. Here we go. You're showing up as the Three of Cups. I love this card. It's joy. It's happy. You're having a good week. That's nice. All right. Let's see what the challenge is about having a good week. I hope no one's pissing on your parade. Nah, I think you're good. I think you're good. Okay. Listen to your body and do what it is asking of you. Okay. It's time to let loose. Scorpio, I feel some of you, it's vacation time. Okay. You just might be on the summer vacation mode, but I feel like this is a week here to connect with your friends, your family, but this is going to be to energize you because something feels heavy and it's like, this is the energy that you need to shake it off. Some of you just need to dance, you know, there's just movement that is needed here. You know, and I think you'll find that with the company that you keep in a really big way. Okay. So that's important to you or important for you this week is to be around individuals who light you up, who are there for you. And it doesn't have to be people. It could be your fur babies. Could, right? We have the Nine of Pentacles here reversed. You're tired. Yeah, something's got to change in your lifestyle. I feel like for you, Scorpio, that's your card right there. That's your card. Okay. This is a lifestyle change this week. It's just a very transformative week here for you. Okay. The idea here of feeling sick and tired is actually showcasing it in the cards here. All right. It's not a weakness. I feel that you were just trying to tread water, do everything on your own. I might be talking to a Scorpio here who's very hyper independent, but there's enabling energy here of also being the one to help others. When are you putting time into yourself? You know, the Nine of Pentacles to me is kind of the minor arcana of the Empress. You know, she knows her worth, she knows her value, but she's happy. You know, she doesn't necessarily, she can be on her own and independent, but when she overgives to the point where you're always doing everything for others, just because you're the one here who can handle it all, doesn't mean you should. And I feel that this is something that's going to change this week for you. All right. It's not about, okay, where can I go next? Who else can I help out? I need to choose myself. And so I feel like this is what the Scorpio is. Scorpio is choosing themselves this week here in the company that they keep to, however that may be. Yeah. Look at all these nines. Lots of nines here. Okay. Maybe there's fear here that you'll be rejected or fear here of backlash. Some of you, this is realizing that, you know, you only got one body. You only got one meat suit. Okay. It's like, I got to take better care for myself. Greater opportunity for you. God, I love this. Okay. Just massive realignment. Some of you, it's like, I need a vacation. Totally get that. I need to strip some things out. I need to pause. I need to take moments here that if I'm stressful and I do have a lot of responsibilities, when can I find that time here to breathe? Sagittarius energy here, right? These two cups here are supposed to be lined here for you. And I love this because it reminds me a little bit of the Ace of Cups here. Okay. And I feel like it's just like, I need to start pouring back into myself. There's feelings of guilt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's feelings of guilt here when it comes to connections, individuals. You're always the one who's there for others. But when are you there for yourself, Scorpio? Greater gain for you. Ooh, King of Wands. Stop burning yourself out. There's always another day. So I feel like this is a period here of just being in the presence of happiness, what lights you up, taking a break. You know, not having to be unruly. A lot of Sagittarius energy coming out here too. We have Aries and Leo too, but listen, not everything needs to be fixed overnight. And I just feel like this is your time, your space. Final advice here for you, and then we're going to get into Emil's reading. Final advice here for you. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, there's some changes that are needed. You need to get a new perception here. All right, a timeout. You got 2 cards about timeouts. So there's a timeout for you this week, but it's so that you can revitalize yourself, okay? You need a week here of just pouring back into you, okay? Spa day, Ferris Bueller day, take off, play hooky. I don't know. I didn't tell you to do that, but, I'm just saying. All right, let's see what's going on here for Scorpio with Emil's reading.
I thought it was interesting what you were pointing out, the 3 of Cups and the 2 cups in Temperance.
Yeah.
Adding those cups together.
Yeah, that's how I channel a lot, is adding.
Yeah, but then I was like, wait, but there's those. Was it the 7 of Cups?
Yeah, but that's the one I was focusing on.
Right,
because it's up here. I add so these are why that's my mythology is I use these cards on those cards that come in place wherever I choose.
Gotcha. Well, in my mind, I then added the 7 to the 5, got 12.
Oh,
which reduces to 3.
The 3.
And returning back to that 3 of Cups.
Beloved numerology. That's pretty wild.
Okay, Scorpio. My Venus, Mars, and Jupiter are in Scorpio.
It's all Scorpio.
All right. Trust, Scorpio, in the 9 of Cups. Trust in the fulfillment that you have given yourself. The cups that you have filled for yourself, with yourself. And the Chariot. You are moving forward, Scorpio. You are brushing dirt off to your shoulder. You're like, yeah, I did that. Maybe not so boastful, but at least within, you are feeling validated by yourself and allowing yourself to move forward in pursuit of the 10 of Cups, maybe. For action, we have the 10 of Swords reversed. One more time. You're moving forward and leaving those swords behind. You're done with the haters, whether from the outside or from yourself, and ready to move on to what's next. And while moving through this, maybe to not get too ahead of yourself, we have the World reversed. A reminder, it's all a cycle, and it all ends and it all re-begins. And finding your grounding by remembering everything. By remembering that what you're moving on from created the conditions for you to move forward to something new. Remembering or recognizing that the 10 swords that you endured help to shape you, help to refine you. And emerging from all this, we have the Two of Cups reversed. This brings me back to what I shared earlier, the idea that maybe a reversed card is the upright turned inward. And finding that union with yourself, alignment with yourself, the alignment that moves your chariot, that moves you forward, moving you away from these 10 swords and moving you forward from the 9 of Cups, that personal fulfillment, to the 10 of Cups, the more inclusive, communal, collective fulfillment. All right, Scorpio.
I'm muted. Like and comments. We appreciate it. We're going to move on to Sagittarius. I actually went ahead and started to pull because I'm looking at our time, so I want to make sure. So I'm going to start pulling some of the cards while Emil's reading, just so that we can get everybody's reading in time. But Sagittarius here, man, I feel this is good energy for you right now. Okay, you got 4 swords here. What you're showing up here, and it says life can be hard and life can be wonderful. Which will you focus on? Your focus on peace of mind. I love this for you. I do. Okay. It's like, no, I'm going to relax. I'm going to find peace. And maybe there's something here that has been in the forefront of grief for you. We're going to see how that plays out for you. Sagittarius, reversals are now up. Ooh, I'm going to take those 2 cards together. We have the Ace of Wands here. Yeah. You're not in a rush. You are not in a rush. And here's why: it's burnt you before. So there may be a particular situation that is coming up for you, Sagittarius. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Queen of Pentacles reverse. But, you know, if this is not another individual, this could be a mindset of not enough. Okay. She tends to be, on my perspective, she tends to be very clingy and more materialistic and wants to prove a point. But this week you're like, what am I trying to prove other than burnout? Okay. Now, some of you could be dealing with a scenario, if this is something regarding a person where they may not agree with your approach. This could be someone here that, you know, you had a fight with, heartbreak. There's heartbreak here. You know, it's just simply here. But the space is needed for the both of you. It just is. Okay. You know, I think you're in this element here. When it happens, it's meant to be. We'll reconnect, but not this week. So this week you're just not connecting to it. But others of you, this is mostly you. And there's this energy here of like, I don't have to keep trying to fix a scenario here. I can breathe and be in the mindset here that positive things can happen out of it. And I'm going to take a different approach. And the different approach here is to rest. You know? Yeah. You're not my manipulator card. Okay. My black magic card with the Magician's reverse. Okay. You know, you're not trying to change somebody's mind. You know, you're not trying to go against free will. It wasn't working for you before. And others of you, if this is a version of you that doesn't feel good enough, or, you know, trying to keep gatekeeping your manifestations, you're not doing that anymore. You're not constantly knocking on the door here and going, hey, God, universe, did you get my message? Like, I asked for something. It's like, no, I have to admit that I work with the universe, but then I have to trust. I have to trust the process. It's not going to happen on my time. It's just not. All right. So there's a divine timing effort here that is in place. Greater opportunity with the space, this peace of mind. Oof, 3 of Cups. When this union when this accomplishment or this idea of something manifesting happens, you're going to feel all of that, right? But you are embracing it now. There's a greater opportunity to feel into this now. That's how manifestation works, right? It's not to live in the thing of when it happens. Now it's like, okay, how can I create? I'm going to fantasize. I'm going to live it, right? That's like really being in that energy of it. So I just feel, and interesting enough here, you know, with the 3 of Cups here, I'm really focusing on the 3s in these cards, even though they're not there. I just see the presence of them. There's just this separation of being enough, okay, even when it comes in the eyes of another. Greater gain for you this week. Oh, the 2 cards, I got to take them together. We have the Emperor and we have the Queen of Wands combined together. Wow. That's a power dynamic if you ever want to name it. But man, it's just a lot of fire energy here. Okay. The Emperor takes accountability, right? But when this happens, it's going to be a flood of growth and opportunity. Some of you, this is a power couple. All right. Others of you, it's to allow the space here of creativity, a spark in this rejuvenation. But when this power move comes, you have to pull in the masculine and feminine energy. Okay. But I think you're going to see the best of both worlds in the future, not necessarily now here. They both came out together in that sense. Wow. That was pretty cool. Final advice here for you. Yeah, look at this. Slow down. Slow down. It will be worth the wait. And that's like in a metaphorical way, right? When I say don't wait to feel it, but it'll be worth the investment here of where the 2 of you need to grow or the version of you needs to trust. All right. That's what I got here for you, Sagittarius. Don't forget to like and comment, and we're going to move on to Emil's reading for you.
All right. My moon, Sagittarius.
Wow.
We start with the 4 of Wands. Trusting in the safety that expressing your creativity and passion gives you. Trusting in the safety, the stability that you show yourself by allowing yourself to express your creativity. With the Hierophant, trusting how that expression that you allow yourself, that you give yourself permission for, is aligning you with the divine. When you are creating, you are channeling from the universe, from source, from the divine. And that is your connection. Trust in that. For action, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe that kind of goes with the slow it down you were talking about, Tanya. Plant the seeds. Invest where you find value. Invest your time, your attention, your love, your passion and creativity. And be patient with it. Plant it. Tend to the garden. Tend to the environment in which you are planting these seeds to encourage their growth. Not standing over them and waiting for them to grow. Don't wait, but be patient. To stay grounded when maybe you feel like it's challenging to stay patient. The 5 of Pentacles reversed. When you feel like these seeds aren't growing fast enough. Go within. Find what you need to get through that impatience within yourself. Find the warmth, the sustenance that you feel like you're maybe lacking. Find that within. And what emerges? What emerges? The Four of Pentacles reversed. What emerges is permission to treat yourself. Permission to, with that Five of Pentacles reversed, going within and giving yourself permission to hold on to some of that. You don't have to pour it all out. Even through your creativity, you don't have to put it all out. You can save some for yourself. And maybe that helps those seeds to grow by keeping some of that nurturing energy and applying it to yourself. There you go, Sag.
Like, follow, and share, as my friend Michael would always say. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to move on to Capricorn. Capricorn is next. Capricorn, I pulled some of your cards here in the front. And this week for you, you're in deep evaluation mode here with the Page of Swords. But the great part about being a page is you always learn from it, right? You learn. You might feel a little bit egotistical, but, you know, how did you describe it, Emil? We're just a baby.
Yeah.
just a baby, right? But Spirit is reminding you, remember that you can't change anyone but yourself. So there may be some high scrutiny this week, you know, with other people being like, you know, maybe you're panning people, you know, being like, what the hell are they thinking? But you may find noise of other people being in your forefront. So Spirit is just reminding you that, listen, what do you want to focus on? The noise of others? Or do you want to learn from this and focus on you? What can you do differently? But let's see what's unfolding for Capricorn this week. Reversals are now up. Oh gosh, we got the Nine of Pentacles here reversed. Another reading got that. I can't remember which one at this point. Lovers is the choice card, Gemini energy. If you are stuck up, hung up on another individual, whether this is an ex, whether this is rumination, whether this is a friend or a person here that you put so much time and effort into, because I feel like this Capricorn did, right? A lot of time and effort into this, all right? But you have to look this week here on the fact that you also chose it. I know. This is going to be like one of those things like shit. All right. But you know, there are certain things that you did not get closure on. And this week, there is absolutely the ability here to create closure on your side, yours. All right. It will always probably be unfinished on the other side of this. All right. There's a time and season for it. Some of you may get it, but this is collective and the majority typically won't get it. So it's like closure is needed for you to be able to see the deeper reward into this. We have Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus energy here with the world. It's really the main elements on that portion, but something here feels like unfinished business. How you're responding here. Oh, we got another page. Page of Cups.
Your favorite.
This is just mishandled. All right. Immature. You may have had rose-colored glasses on the situation. But this week, you're really looking at that differently. And it's like, how can I make this work for me? What am I not evaluating? Your greater opportunity to face here with that choice. Oh, the unprocessed heartbreak. The grief that has been stuck deeply in your heart. The bitterness, the resentment here. The Three of Swords reverse is a scar that will always leave a mark. But you do have the ability here to expand it and not lose yourself on the wound. And so Spirit is reminding you, you're not at a crossroads either here. They're making me subtract here that Three of Swords with that sword there. So Two of Swords. You are not stuck. You're meant to be where you're meant to be, but now you have to bring your power back. And this week I see you doing it. Greater gain here with that World reversed. This was supposed to make you feel so misaligned to pull up a surge of an emotion for you to express it. When Temperance is reverse in Sagittarius, it's anger. So there's a desire here to release the anger. But, you know, I just had this discussion here with a good friend of mine this morning, is like, how can you change something to the benefit of you when it comes to bitterness, resentment, or even anger? And I said, anger is actually the strongest thing that you can use to move forward in a really big way. And it's because you kind of let go of another individual and the focus comes onto you. The focus then goes, I'm going to go through this for me, right? And this is the push that Capricorn needed this week to do it. And so it may be of anger, but it was the best thing that happened. Why? Woo, the Seven of Swords. Because you can't lie about this, right? And the sneakiness, the deceit, the things that didn't feel right for you. This was also the ability for you to trust your intuition when you knew things felt off to begin with, right? You don't have to hide from this anymore. Spirit is saying it is about here to be expressed here for you. Ooh, and there's no need for self-sabotage here. No, there isn't. All right. You're releasing yourself here in this sense here with another. All right. That's what I got here for you, Capricorn. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. And we're going to move on to Emil's energy here for Capricorn.
Oh, damn it, Tanya. This is one of those that I would catch on your Instagram or on TikTok.
Oh,
and
you got me on Libra.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I felt it.
Calling me out. And Erica, if you're watching, yeah, it's not weird hearing myself get read for filth.
It's collective.
Yes, y'all can share in this filth.
This filth.
No, that was great. All right. What do we have here for Capricorn? Ooh. Haha. The Devil. Right there. And being for Capricorn,
That's Capricorn's card.
This is trust yourself.
Yeah.
The Devil was the first one to ask for equal rights. Trust in your sovereignty. Trust in your own authority. Quit abdicating yourself. Quit abdicating your authority for anyone else's. Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. So you can trust yourself, like, even in that, like, you're part of that. Maybe you don't know what you're talking about, but neither does anyone else. So who are you going to trust? Trust yourself. With the Queen of Wands reversed. Speaking of anger, maybe you got to burn some shit down. Maybe you got to let some people know. Flash on them. Get petty. Feel that anger. Let it burn. Let it burn away. What's been weighing you down? What's been holding you back? What's been making you not trust yourself? For action, we have the Hermit. Find that light within yourself. The Devil, Lucifer, the light bringer. Bring that light back to yourself. Illuminate the darkness. Illuminate your wounds so that you can heal them. With the Two of Pentacles for grounding. Finding that balance where, you know, it's interesting. The Devil card mirrors the Lovers.
Yeah.
The choice. Choosing yourself. And balancing your resources, your time, your effort, your intent, your material resources, balancing them back in your favor. Quit pouring everything out. Pour some back in. And what is emergent here is the Chariot. Trust in yourself, in your sovereignty, in your own authority. Burn down those who can't take it, who can't handle it. Light yourself up from within. Rebalance your resources back in your favor so that you can move forward, so that you can fly. Get it, Capricorn.
I love it. I love that you pulled Capricorn's card too, which is the Devil. So that's just like, bam. Like,
Yep.
Here you go. You're the light bringer here. You can do it. That was amazing. Awesome. Biba said here, thank you guys. Needed to hear that. Right on point. Is now going to look at the Virgo replay here. We got a lot of people who are jumping in for the replay, guys. Guys, we still have 3. Are we going to do it? Welcome back here, Bernadette. Are we going to do it? We are 3 donations away from unlocking the collective bonus. All right. Aquarius, let's see what's going on here for you for this upcoming week. We have the 8 of Cups, interesting enough. And a reminder here that you're too amazing to follow anyone else. Forge your own path. Well, this is needing to let something go. Someone could even be an old version of you. All right. You are in the midst here of leaving something behind or someone, but it's time. It's time for you to feel confident with the unknown and trust that you are now on point, that whatever is coming your way, that you'll be able to handle it. That's really, really big for you right now this week. All right, let's see what Aquarius is walking into. Speaking of obstacles, are there any? Yeah. We have the 8 of Pentacles here. High Priestess here, reverse. You know, it's so funny because it's like the more you trust this week and you just say, I'm focusing on the next step. I thought it was the 8 of Pentacles. It's the 7 of Pentacles, but we're going to go with it. Because, you know, I'm like Bob Ross when it comes to the cards. You know, 8 of Pentacles is what I'm feeling here still. But this is still a card here of being focused on the task itself here when you plant the seed, right? But the problem with, when I say the problem, the challenge with the 7 of Pentacles is sometimes we sit there and just go, God, this is a lot of grueling work. But there's an opportunity here where I feel you're focused on the next step. You're not necessarily seeing everything around you. Okay, you can't. The High Priestess energy here is reversed. So it's like, oh my God, I'm feeling a little bit fogged. You know, am I planning in here? But Spirit's got your back. It's working behind the scene for you. And you're taking a shot in this. This is a chance that you're taking. This is something brand spanking new. Some of you, it's a new endeavor. It's a new way. A new investment, a new relationship. Could be you being newly single too. How you're responding here. Ooh, now this is interesting because with the Knight of Swords, this is something swift. This is something here that comes so quickly that I feel the response is enough. Enough of this. Okay. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. And when you speak it, man, that's where the power really comes, because now you're speaking it and you're doing it. And I would love to see if the next card, the great opportunity, is going to be a wand, but we'll see. But I just feel this energy of like you pulling everything together this week, you know, blocking things here. Now that's interesting. The greater opportunity is the Two of Swords here, to look at this crossroads differently, you know, to look at the idea of being stuck differently. You know, you're not in denial. I don't feel you are. The greater opportunity here is to trust. And a lot of readings got that in this all signs. I don't remember which ones at this point, but you know, they kind of start bleeding together. But there's an area here to trust that if you fail, if you get rejected, that it's going to be part of the expansion of where you've asked to be, because you asked for something better. So this week, be very open to taking the next step. And if it feels awkward, if you feel like I screwed up, it's allowing you to face rejection in a different way. What you're going to gain out of this week. Oh my goodness. Look at all these swords. Holy shit. You are going to face that you're not always going to have a clear answer from the universe. You're not. But when you face bad news, you can react differently. And Spirit's asking you, how are you going to react after you say enough? How it responds back to you. Okay. And now this could be other people as well, or other situations here that come for you. Wow. It's a lot of swords. 4 swords here, but it's restless energy. Greater advice here for you. 4. Look, another 4 here. 4 of Pentacles here. Don't be stubborn when it comes to taking a pause. Okay. Not everything is going to be revealed this week, but whatever the step that you're doing this week, there is some delays, and the delays come in communication or not receiving an answer quick enough. So Spirit is just saying, listen, don't hold on to the fact of like, I'm stuck, because that's what it's really coming up to. I'm stuck. Trust that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and you will find your way through that obstacle. Oh, that was a very cryptic Aquarius reading, but there we go. Let's see what Emil has here for you. I was thrown off with all those swords. Holy crap.
All right, Aquarius. Ooh, right off the bat. Trust. 10 of Wands reversed. Trust that what feels like a burden. Oh, this is tricky. I hate when it starts to sound bypassy. You know, and what I wanted to say was trust that what feels heavy, what feels like weight, what feels burdensome is what you have harvested, what you've gathered. Oh, man. It just sucks thinking like, you know, people don't deserve a lot of the shit they go through. And then to turn around and say, that's what you've gathered, as if you called that in. And that's not what I want to say. So, trust that what feels burdensome what has been weighing you down is fuel, is material for you to build from. These 10 wands can be 10 torches. They can be 10 planks for a new foundation. They can be 10 paintbrushes. What you have gathered, what you have accrued, what has been stacked on top of you, trust that you can use it as material. Honk, honk. Confirmation. With the Page of Swords reversed. Maybe that's for me. Don't think about it too much. It's not that deep. Stay curious. Stay adventurous. Investigate, but don't lose yourself in it. Don't. Like I was saying, the pages are the fuck around and find out members of the family.
Right.
Careful with that. Don't fuck around so far that you can't come back from it. For action, we have Judgment. If you start fucking around so far that your inner voice is telling you, dude, pump those brakes, listen, answer that call, and awaken. Awaken to that voice in you, reminding you to chill out a little bit. To stay grounded, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. If you feel yourself getting clingy, getting getting a little too greedy, finding yourself too attached to material, to the physical, let that be a reminder for grounding. To sit back, to set your throne back upright so you can sit comfortably with patience and devotion rather than chasing. The grounding here is to remember you don't need to chase. You don't have to scream at the garden to grow. You can sit back and be patient and allow it to grow and show that garden devotion by tending to it, being a proper steward. And what emerges from all this is the Six of Pentacles. Reciprocity, generosity, what emerges is this sense of reciprocity, feeling the reciprocity, and maybe not necessarily from where you would expect or want it. You may, it's not about, I bought you lunch, so when are you going to buy me lunch? It's not one-to-one transactional like that. What you put out is what you get back. And it may come from someone else. It may come from someone who saw you and your generosity helping someone else out, and now they're inspired to help you out. Or maybe it comes from a complete stranger. The universe sending you back what you put out. So don't chase. Put your throne back up on its feet so you can sit down, relax, and welcome the unfolding of what you've been planting. Listen to the call. It's coming from inside the house, telling you, quit fucking around so hard. You'll find out. Just chill out. And remember that the weight that you've been carrying that has been stacked upon you can be material for a new foundation, for your stability. There you go, Aquarius.
All right. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, guys. Sorry for those guys. It was Aquarius. I switched the banner when I was switching it. It's out of habit, guys. So we weren't on Pisces, we were on Aquarius. So sorry for the confusion. I really liked, Emil, how you were bringing up the reciprocity of how it comes differently, because I think that happens. I notice this a lot on love readings, where individuals have put a lot of effort on like someone else being 50-50 or something back, but they forget the whole point of it is that gratitude appreciation doesn't necessarily mean it's coming from that one particular person or situation, wherever this is, that it can be everywhere. So I think that's a really good, valid point that you brought up. I really like that approach.
Thank you.
All right, now we are officially on Pisces. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we are on Pisces now. Yeah, Mitz, we had Aquarius. We just did that. I just had the wrong thing up. I was flipping around, and that's what happens when I'm rushing. It is what it is. All right, so Pisces, how we're starting off for you this week, we have the 6 of Cups energy, and Spirit is saying, stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders. Well, the 6 of Cups is a very loving card. Yes, it has soulmate energy, but it's really nostalgic. And there's a childlike offering here where I feel is more playful, happier times. Think about when you were a kid and you receive a gift. There's excitement here, but I'd be willing to share it with another. And that's how I kind of feel this energy of this 6 of Cups coming in for you, is that there's ability here to give back, but not give everything away. Reversals are now up. The King of Pentacles, he seems to be on a lot of these readings. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Transformation here with death. Scorpio energy. World reversed. Gosh, unfinished business. You need to hear this. I mean, this is someone here who really needs to hear this, because you have been beating yourself up on this situation. I want you to really hear what I'm going to say. You did the best that you could have. You did the best you could. Whatever that circumstances is, you put all that you could in there. There's a part of you that's asking, could I have done better? And Spirit's saying, can you look at yourself and say, I did the best that I could? Because with this energy, someone who's very nurturing, loving, sincere, invests wisely, this feels like I've lost. I failed at this. And this isn't really about, it feels like another relationship. It does. But I think you're being really hard on yourself. And there's a massive change here coming up for you. But it feels like an empty reward because you're missing. You may be missing an individual. You may be feeling like you missed out, or they may have missed out on you. But there's sadness here. There's sadness here about moving on. And where you were going seems further and further away. This sometimes, sometimes if this is a breakup, or if it's something where you've been silent amongst another individual for far too long, there was a fight or something in the forefront of it. It's like as time goes by, you grieve and look at things differently, right? But that question just keeps coming up, like, could I have given more to the situation? And Spirit's saying, listen, you had to move. You had to go. You had to choose you. There's no doubt about it. You did the best that you could. The greater opportunity this week here, ooh, Eight of Swords here. I kind of want to cry a little bit for this Pisces, but I feel it's because you want to release, okay? This had put a lot of doubt in yourself because you are an individual who deeply cares. You care even if there was a fight. You care if someone here is mad. You don't wish them ill will. This Pisces cares deeply. But you did the best that you can. And the greater opportunity here is to remove the blindfold, to allow this ending to happen, but also to allow a beginning for you to happen. And embrace that beginning this week here for you. This is about embracing it. Greater gain. Ooh, you don't have to work so hard. This is someone who keeps hammering it out, keep wanting to do it. And this is saying, you know, you did the best that you can. You have to let this go. You are enough, but advice here with the Page of Cups, right? And at this point, I will say this Page of Cups feels great. You have other opportunities, okay? There's 7 cups here. You have other opportunities coming your way, all right? But it's to embrace that new beginning. And, you know, you don't have to necessarily be so naive or rose-colored glasses again. You've learned your lessons, but you did the best that you can in that situation. All right, sending you so much love if you resonate with this. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side, and we're going to get to Emil's message. We're staying on Pisces, guys. This is Pisces.
All right.
I won't change it.
All right, Aries. Just kidding. Pisces. What are you being invited to trust? And we have the Fool. Trust this new beginning. Trust this new adventure. And trust that the road rises to meet you once you embark upon this adventure. That, like in The Legend of Zelda or any other top-down video game like that, the map reveals itself as you move, as you explore. And then we have, the Nine of Swords. This is really leaning into this trust with the Fool. Yes, you may doubt. Yes, you may have self-limiting thoughts about whatever this new beginning is, this new adventure. But the Fool is inviting you to trust and to release yourself from those self-limiting thoughts so that you can really dive in, immerse yourself in the experience, in this new experience. The action suggested is Temperance reversed. How do we act like Temperance reversed? Quit trying so hard. Quit trying to alchemize everything. And maybe let some of it alchemize on its own. Quit trying to turn everything into gold. Maybe some things are gold in their own way. You don't have to turn it into gold. You don't have to make everything glittery and glossy. Let things be as they are. In particular, the things that are truly out of your control. If it's in your sphere of influence, if it's something that you can affect, yes, that's for you to put your hands on, to work on. But if it's something external, something truly out of your control, let it be what it is. Quit trying to turn it into something it's not. To stay grounded, the Four of Pentacles. Feel secure in what you have. I don't read this as greed. I read this as, a four. Fours are stable. And pentacles are earth, grounding. Feel the stability in what you have. Quit trying to make more out of something that is already enough. And what emerges here is the Seven of Cups reversed. What emerges is, we started with the Fool, which can kind of feel like this head in the clouds, kind of just going along with blind faith. But what going through all this Seven of Cups reversed is actually like clearing your vision and coming back down to the ground and not being distracted by all the different pretty things, by not being distracted by like covetousness, constantly chasing. Ooh, I want that. Ooh, I want that. Ooh, that looks better than the thing I have. By not trying to turn everything into gold and finding satisfaction and stability in what you have, you ground yourself and quit chasing waterfalls. There you go, Pisces.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. TLC. When in doubt, bring in TLC. All right. Thanks. Thank you, Emil. That was Pisces, guys. Big announcement, though. Thank you, Mitzi, for all of the donations. We are now one donation away from unlocking the collective bonus. So, guys, we're getting closer and closer. We are now on Aries. We still have Taurus and Gemini. And don't forget, we still have the Harmonia giveaway because I got a giveaway to give away. So that we'll be doing that. If we get the bonus, we'll get it. But we also have to give away a really cool Angel Eyes. Did we do it? Oh, wait, here it comes. We got to do it. We made the bonus train. Congratulations. Good job. Good job. All right. Bonus Collective will be coming up. We hit the target. The sponsors have made it happen. We will be doing a bonus reading. Whether Emil likes it or not, he has to be forced to do it now. We hit the target. All right. Aries. How you're showing up this week is the King of Cups. You may have water in your chart, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but this is someone who's very intuitive, very loving, very sincere. But I also feel that you just don't give an F. Don't give an F. And why do I say that? It says you could use some self-care time like now. Schedule it in. All right. You don't give an F this week because you are pouring back into yourself. It's like you care, but you don't care. right? So the King of Cups also can come off as avoidant because they don't want to get mixed up with other people's reactions. So it feels like that. It feels like that. Aries. Versals are now up. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, look at you. I don't care. I don't care. I'm getting the hell out of there. You figure it out. I'm doing my own thing. I'm taking a vacation. Some of you are taking a break. Some of you are just getting, oh, look at this. It's not even that your defenses are up. Your defenses are, I'm going through this. Okay. Like I'm going to act unbothered. I have been putting myself on hold far too long. And this Aries is done with putting themselves on hold. Yeah. I want to be inspired again. I want to do something that I want to do. Now, one of the things that we always forget about the page energy is that all of those pages are the Fool. They are, but with different energy embellished here with the Fool, right? So this direction here is, of action, and this is all action movement here. And I love that the Chariot's Cancer energy. We're at the tail end of Cancer season, and you're just blowing through this. Emotionally, I feel that your mind is set. You're choosing yourself. You want to be inspired again. You want an environment that lights you up. And some of you, it is taking a break. Some of you, it's vacation. Some of you, it's a class. You're doing something for you this week. Okay. Which is nice. Yeah. Oh my God. Shut up. Who is King of Cups choosing? Me. They're choosing themselves. Right? Me, myself, and I feel like the relationship you're going to have the closest connection with this week is you. Right? It's like I'm choosing myself. This Aries is choosing themselves. The greater opportunity of this, it's about damn time. Spirit is saying it's about damn time, Aries. You have the wheel. Okay. Because you're choosing yourself and you're taking a chance, you are going to get the greatest reward out of this. You don't know how it's going to make out. It's going to feel like a goddamn miracle this week. And that's going to be awesome. Okay. Maybe you choose to play the lotto. I don't know. Maybe you meet the love of your life. I don't know. But this is going to be awesome because it's allowing you to have new opportunities. Embrace it. Oh, I get to pick. Maybe that's the best part out of all of this. It's like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff that I'm a little overwhelmed. Why? Because I chose to put myself first. Look how it just kind of spontaneously happened. Advice for you, Aries, who's having probably the best damn week of all of the zodiac signs this week. You should claim it. If you're not feeling it, you should claim it. You got the how many repeat cards do we get when it comes to the cups? Okay. This isn't something here that you have to believe in the miracles here. Spirit's saying, have fun with the choices that you have. Be excited. Be excited about these opportunities because it's not just one opportunity. It's multiple, maybe in different areas, maybe different facets, but have fun in choosing this, you little Goldilocks, because I think you're going to have a good week. All right. That's what I got for Aries. We're going to see what Emil has for Aries. Maybe it's a little more grounded. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, Aries. What can you trust? Oh, okay, there we go. Ooh. King of Wands. There's that fire. Trust in your passion, in your creative expression, in what inspires you and how you inspire others, how you illuminate others and bring warmth and leadership with my boy, the devil. And again, as I was reading it earlier, trust in your sovereignty. Trust in knowing who the hell you are. And embodying that, being audacious, not cocky, but kind of like owning it, being that King of Wands, bringing the fire, bringing the heat, not to burn, but to illuminate, to warm, to cook, to create. Let him cook. Our suggested action, the Magician. Cook, create, combine the elements at your disposal to bring about what you want to see in the world. Now, hopefully to balance this out, to find grounding in all this audacity, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Slow it down. Within that audacity, find the feeling that you don't have to rush because you got it. You are it. And you don't need to rush into it, into anything, through anything. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the devotion to yourself and, as the king, to your realm, to those you serve. Enjoy that devotion, that dedication, and move deliberately. And what emerges, Aries? The Lovers, the choice, the mirror. If this mirror emerges, who do you want to see in it? Do you want to see a jerk waving his wand around, burning everything down? Or do you want to see that sovereign, self-possessed king who cares for himself and his realm? Be audacious. Be sovereign. Be magical. And rest in that. Allow yourself to slow your pace because there's no rush. You already have it. All right, Aries?
Like, comment, and share. All right. We're going to move on to Taurus. Man, Aries had you guys had, woof. I think Aries so far has got a really good week. But you know what? Where are my bulls at? Taurus, where are you at? Because I think it's going to be a good week for you guys too. All right. I like this combination. We got the Chariot, which is we're at the tail end of Cancer season here for this week. But, the Spirit says, Taurus, when you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride. And I love this because, when you think of the Chariot, of course, you're like, all right, I'm getting in the car. I'm getting in the Chariot, right? I'm going places, but you're behind the wheel. And sometimes when we're behind the wheel, we get really narrow focused and just trying to get to the spot. And I feel like Spirit is saying, hey, yes. I get this way. I can absolutely, and I'm a Taurus moon, so I totally get this, right? When I travel, I'm like, no, I cannot relax till I get to point B. Like, I have to get there, and then I can, how can I get there quicker? I'm like George Seinfeld when I'm driving. What's my time? But there's something here about just really, truly enjoying the ride here for yourself this week. What's coming up for Taurus? Reversals are now up. Welcome back, Star. We've missed you. Ace of Cups. Oh my God. Oh my God. Here, the Fool reverse. You don't want to miss this out. You do not want to miss out on this. Savor every single point of this moment here, because it does take you to make a move. Now, this is interesting, because when I see the Fool, it's usually foolish, right? I don't want to be foolish on this, but it'd be really foolish if you didn't stop for this, right? This week, Taurus, you're going to be in a hurry to get to a specific place, or maybe it's a conversation. Wherever you're rushed, Spirit is saying, slow down, because you don't want to miss this. This is awesome. This could be a big offer that, if you dismiss it, well, then you miss the whole point. Like, the ship has arrived. You bumped right the hell into it. And I feel like you're bumping into something this week that is going to shock you, right? It's closer than you think, but it's also because you make a really big power move. Like, I'm going to go, but you also have the option here to miss it. So be wary of it. Let's see what's underneath that Ace of Cups. Oh my God. Yeah, you're a little defensive of this. It's not coming in the package that you anticipate. All right. It's almost like, get out of my way. I got to go somewhere. It's just all I keep seeing in this. And the way that you're viewing this is, this sounds too risky. This doesn't sound like I can do it. But actually, what Spirit's reminding you is, when you find something that excites you, you go all in for the ride, but you're not like it's hidden from you. It's a hidden blessing. This could be a person. Greater opportunity here. Do not pause and miss this, right? This is a greater opportunity. You're going to be so mad if you miss this, okay? Now, some of you, you're not going to listen. That's fine. I can't, the greater opportunity here is not to miss this. There's going to be a pause here. It's actually a bigger gift than you anticipate. You may have to take a moment to listen, to reflect. All right. Pause. It may make you feel a little bit irritable and restless because you are looking for a specific result, but the result is actually here and much larger. You just have to allow it to unfold. Okay. Now, some of you, not all of you, this could be an essence of an individual who's apologizing. All right. But there's something bigger in that apology that is going to allow something for your start to have fruition. Greater gain for you. Look, Temperance reverse. You were stubborn because you're a bull. I get it. All right. Irritable, angry, realignment. No, I don't have time for this. It's never the right time. But some of you, it's never the right time. Hello, Friskers. My kitty cat just came in. Sometimes it's never the right time for love. Sometimes it's never the right time to go after a passion. But you have a really big opportunity that you're kind of pushing back this week. And it's just unfolding naturally. And it could be actually something much larger. Okay. Final advice for you. Oh, look at this. Do not be defensive. Do not be defensive, and do not depict this. Take a pause. Be willing to be excited. Just see. All right. Just take a moment. That's what I got here for you, Taurus. We're going to see what Emil has for you.
All right.
Ooh.
Taurus. Ooh, right off the bat. The Page of Swords demands our attention. Trust your curiosity. Trust in your desire to absorb and learn and to test, to F around and find out. With the Chariot, let that curiosity, let that yearning for knowledge and understanding fuel your forward momentum. Let it fuel your forward momentum while also allowing yourself a break. Maybe feeling that forward momentum and then hitting cruise control. Hitting that cruising speed, hitting the button and allowing yourself to rest, to trust in that forward momentum. Not to just drift on the current, not to just allow it to carry you like a people mover or an escalator. But with this curiosity, let it be curiosity. With this desire for understanding, let it be the desire for understanding and not solidifying it into, oh, yeah, I understand. I get it all. Which is kind of part of the pages, or the Page of Swords. It's a bit of that Dunning-Kruger effect, where you know enough to get yourself in trouble. That's the finding out phase of the effing around. And that's what helps us grow. But right now, this week, with this forward momentum, allow curiosity to be curiosity. Allow the pursuit of understanding to stay curious and not become premature certainty. And to stay grounded in that, we have the Six of Cups. Stay loving and kind to yourself. It's okay not to understand everything right away. It's okay if what arrives for you isn't in the packaging you expected, to borrow your phrasing, Tanya. Give yourself the grace to be the beginner, to be the page, to be a bit of that fool. And not so quickly determine certainty. And what emerges from this? The Ten of Pentacles. Fulfillment. Security. Allow yourself to be curious, stay curious. Yes, have that yearning for knowledge and understanding, and rest in that without claiming to know everything. And allow yourself to feel the stability in that. It sounds kind of opposing, but feel the stability in the uncertainty. Get comfortable with the uncertainty and allow that to fulfill you. If that makes sense, Taurus.
It does. And I've got a lot of Taurus in my chart, so I was listening. I loved how we both got Chariot as like some of the bigger cards here. That was really interesting to see
Yeah.
that. How it was just like, listen, we really got to hone into this Chariot card. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We are at Gemini, but this would be the time. This would be the time to get on board. Get on board. You guys want to put your energy here for the bonus. All right. So I want you to make sure you're liking the channel. All right. Subscribe and make sure you're checking out Emil's channels too on Instagram and TikTok. I put his his link tree in there for you guys so that you can see all of that and you can book private readings. But also, this is a time to put your energy of what zodiac signs you want, because when we roll the dice and the more that, are aligned to you, that reading may be for you. So we just never know. We are on Gemini. Where are my gems at? My Gemini still here? Are you guys still here? All right. Well, I love you. You're coming off as the King of Swords, which is who you are. All right. Very direct, very logical, but this is a week here to utilize your voice in a very big way. Why? Well, stop caring about what they think. This is your life to love and live. And I feel like your voice this week is going to be about better boundaries and being very assertive. You do not have to overreact to the situation, but we're going to see what that situation is. Welcome back, Max. Reversals are now up here for Gemini. Yeah, the Cups. Ooh, Six of Cups is loving energy. Listen, they're not even in the picture. Okay. If this is an ex, they're done. All right. If this is just someone who's jealous, they're done. But this Gemini's got a lot of good things happening for themselves this week. I mean, it might feel like a little bit of a honeymoon phase for some of you. Some of you, you are in a deep connection with an individual. You may have someone jealous, but others of you, you're just enjoying the circle of individuals and who makes you happy. And I feel like this week, there's just this energy of creating memories that are everlasting with the right people. And not everybody is happy about that. We had another, I think it was one of the first readings we did where we just had someone very jealous, but man, is this person pissed off? And at one point, maybe you did care what this person thought or thinks, but now it's like, what's the point? Oh, it's because you're moving on. It's because you're moving on. Some of you, has to do with the child, okay? Maybe you're spending a lot of time with your child if this is a disgruntled, ex. But others of you, there's just something here about you taking the space to enjoy the company that is there for you through thick and thin. And you have an individual who's pissed off that they're not on the boat, or they just don't want to see you moving on. If anything, they probably want to sink the boat. It feels like that. Hey, Monet, welcome back. Greater opportunity here. You don't have to overreact, because I feel there's this energy here of defensiveness, and again, this has to do with an individual who was part of your circle. Some of you were married to this person. Okay. I'm just seeing the Four of Wands, or it's a family member, but this is usually when the Knight of Wands is reversed. To me, it's very disruptive, because it's like a low blow trying to get in to prove a point, but it's just an overreaction. And there's a greater opportunity for you not to overreact. Right? Maybe it's to utilize your voice by being silent. Okay. You don't have to, take the criticism or read the criticism or react to the criticism this week, because this is a person here who's just trying to low blow. Star. Greater gain here for you. Well, sometimes it is a lonely road. But the greater gain here of knowledge is this person needs to do some self-reflection, not you. Right? Let them sit there and mull on it and think about it. All right. Sit there in silence or sit there with the boundary that you have put in place. All right. This is deep searching that is needed, but it is not the reflection here that is needed for you. All right. You got your circle. You got the individuals here that have your back. Final advice. Oof, enjoy. You've said your piece. You don't have to embellish it anymore. All right. You've made your peace. Now this individual needs to rest in peace as well. Right. They need to involve in this level here that there's a reason why they're not there anymore. All right. It's on them. That's what I got here for you, Gemini. Let's see what Emil has for you.
All right. Gemini. Woohoo. All right. Gemini, trust in the tower. Trust that something is making way for something better, something new. And I don't know, let's see, to clarify that, the Five of Pentacles reversed, coming back within to find the nourishment and the light and the warmth you seek. Source it from yourself. And with this tower, by going within, participating in the tower, participating in the dismantling of these walls of protection that served you before, but are now cutting you off, that are now an obstacle. Be present with yourself and be present with this tower coming down, not just passively sitting back and allowing it to come down around your head, but rolling your sleeves up and getting in there, taking off brick by brick. For action, the suggestion is temperance. To, yes, take this tower in one hand, but take your authority, your sovereignty, the love and warmth that you find within yourself, take those together, combine them to be a part of this clearing. It's not, you can let the tower be catastrophic, or you can embrace it and recognize that it is clearing the way, giving you an opportunity to start with a fresh, clean slate, and to transmute this tower experience into gold. To stay grounded with it, the Ace of Cups. That love filling your cup and recognizing that the tower may feel like your cup is empty, but it is an empty cup that is available to be filled. And what emerges from this? The Four of Wands. Home, stability, a place of safety where you feel safe to express your passion and your creativity. So tear down that tower so that you can build a new home where you feel safe and secure, where you can be creative and passionate. Gemini.
That was a big one. Star said, I say take away everything in my life that's BS. I don't care how much it hurts. I want to build on a solid foundation. I could feel that in her bones. She wants a new start. I get it. I totally get it. Guys, before we get into her unlocked bonus, I gotta give away, right? Because my members here have been patiently waiting to see who has won the summer fun giveaway. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. All right. It's not just the cool little adventure cooler with those awesome little blankets. I also put intuitive prizes in there for you for whoever the winner is. So let's see who won this awesome prize of my members. And if you guys want to, interact with some of the giveaways, well, that's over on the other side at Harmonia Friends. You can join through my website, or you can get premier access through YouTube. The YouTube members do get to participate. The Magician. Who had the Magician? Nancy Bulliard. She's a long-time subscriber, has actually won. So congratulations, Nancy. Nancy hasn't won in a long, long time. She's going to be excited about that. So if anybody knows Nancy, make sure you let her know, but I will let her know as well, too. All right, we're going to get to the unlocked bonus here. Star, are you ready? Are you ready? All right, for those of you who are new to the unlock bonus, we are going to roll these a couple of times. Sometimes we get dupes. It's just an amplification here if the reading's for you, but you're going to want to make sure to check all of your signs. And if you're cross-watching, of course, you most certainly can. But if none of your signs are here, which is kind of crazy because I feel like we have all the signs in some way, and you just feel guided to listen. Okay, it's just energy. The zodiac signs are just energy. Libra, we have Libra in the house. We also have Leo. The lions are back. Let's see. Scorpio is here. We have Taurus. The bulls are back. Sagittarius is in the house. Who else do we have, Spirit? Cancer is also in the house. So those are our roles for the collective reading. Let me just give Star a second. Usually there we go. Bonus, so that you guys can see. So this is the energy of what we have for the collective bonus. Energy of Libra, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Cancer. If you have any of these placements in your chart, this reading may be for you. Let's get to it. You guys actually are getting 2 collective bonuses because Emil is being held hostage and I'm making him do a collective bonus as well. Emil, when we're finished up here, don't go anywhere. Don't sign off. Just so you know. All right. Collective, how are you showing up? I like this. Temperance energy. Sagittarius, you're showing up very balanced and patient and aligned. And you know what? When you're in that mode, you're also in manifestation mode. But there's just the way that this angel is looking down at those 2 cups. But I love that she's in a giant cup because it almost makes you feel like the Ace of Cups. You know, usually it's poured into it. So there's something here about you really, really being grounded in your self-love. But let's see what the universe has to say about this. It is a beautiful card. Oh my gosh. I felt that love. I felt it. Open your heart. Not just a little, all the way, and let the love flow in. I love that. The Ace of Cups was here. It's totally here. You could just feel that energy. Okay. This is just a reminder here that even when you share with others or with yourself and those versions of you, whether it's your inner child or your higher self, those relationships are important. I always like to consider it that. I consider the angel here more the higher self. This is the, you know, the inner child, and then there's you presently. So all three work well with one another. All right, let's see what's unfolding here for you this week. We do go a little bit deeper on the collective bonuses. Well, because thank you to our sponsors here. Yeah, we have the Empress here reversed. The Death reversed. Okay. Okay. All right. Ooh, this is going to be one of those deep readings. I can feel it. When they're all reversed, this just tells me that's what's in fact here for you. And I'm going to take these all upright because really it's just putting back in the love to you. Okay. There's something coming up this week where, because you have been pouring back into yourself, we get tested. And this testing comes with the universe saying, how badly do you truly want this? Now, if this is another individual who's coming in the form of a test, it could be that too. But this is an energy with the Empress. We have Taurus and Libra energy. I mean, look at, we have Taurus and we have three major arcanas and a court card. So this is a big reading. Okay. But what I feel for you is that there's a part of you that hasn't been fully released yet, that this week, just as you make peace with it, someone steps in. Now, this individual wants a piece of basically the emotions. Okay. They'll use it in any way that they can. They can be very manipulative. Okay. This person here loves to project, and they don't have any problem projecting you as the problem. Okay. Simply doesn't matter how mature you are, how much you've recovered, anything. This is an individual here who's trying to blame you. This is an individual who's ticked off you left. This person is mad. Now, if it's not left, meaning physically leave, it could have been leaving to an argument. Could have been that too. Okay. It could be the energy of someone saying, I'm not done with you yet, or you always come back to resolve the issue. No, you've allowed space. You've allowed time. Why? Because this wasn't very loving. It wasn't loving to them, and it wasn't sincere to you. So there's this energy of someone here who's not done with a fight with you. It feels very irrational, and it feels very blamey. Clarify that, Death here. Yeah. There's no, and what's so backwards with this is it's an apology that's not an apology. It's like, you know, I'm sorry, but this is the way it is. And I wouldn't have been that way if, you know, you did X, Y, and Z. And it's like, are you apologizing to me, or are you trying to bring up the past to me? You know, so I just feel like this is an individual who is now feeling the loss of your time and your effort and your care of what you used to do. Yeah, man, I feel this energy. Now, this person, when I see the 9 of Cups and the King of Cups reverse, this person could also be doing the truth serum here when it comes to alcohol. All right. Not saying they're an alcoholic, but I just feel like this person here self-indulges a lot, but they may try to reflect how selfish you are for choosing yourself this week. And, well, let's see your response. Yeah, well, that's not fair. I like how Emil had talked about the 6 of Pentacles, right? That the greater gift here sometimes is not from another individual, it's what's around you. But the lesson here is not you being the gift here. I think you gave a lot to this individual here who breadcrumbed, but now this individual has this energy here of like, well, I gave it to you. I gave you this empty apology. Can't you just be over it? And this is an individual here where you're realizing They have their own issues. It's not your problem. That's not your issue. God, that's a lot of pentacles here on this table here. Greater gain here. Love. Love, but that's a completely different energy here of an individual who's pissed off at you. Whether you were married to them, whether you were romantic together, whether you're related to this person, the two of you at one point had a lot of love for each other, but you do have a blamer. And I feel there's just energy here of accepting a situation for what it is, that they are expecting a payback or a reciprocation of an apology from you. But I don't feel like you need to apologize. I just don't feel it. Greater gain here. 6 of Wands here, reverse. Sometimes you just got to be seen as the villain and still choose you. Okay, you are not going to be looking like the hero in this story. You're not. All right, you got someone here who's going to be blaming. Advice for you for dealing with this individual. Woo! 2 of Cups. You've learned a harsh lesson when it comes to connections, relationships, right? But you would prefer to pull into a relationship here where it is honest, it's sincere, and you can be in it together. This person was never in it together. They were in it for themselves. All right. That's what I got here for you, collective. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below, and we're going to see what Emil has for you, collective. This is it. Final reading.
That was good. Well then.
Thank you.
For the collective. Collective. Trust your Empress energy. Trust your intuition, your creativity, your compassion. And I'm feeling this for yourself. Recognize yourself as the Empress. Recognize and deliver that compassion and patience and love to yourself to encourage your growth and expansion. And this came out with the 5 of Cups. Feelings of regret, of loss, but bringing yourself that compassion. Recognizing that the 3 cups spilled over are watering the ground beneath your feet, watering the soil to encourage your growth. And then, of course, the 2 of Cups right behind you. The 2 of Cups that has your back. How to move with this? Death. Let go of what maybe you regret or what you feel you've lost. Let that transform you. Let that go and let that die off so that the new can be born. Which, as I was saying earlier, that's all easier said than done sometimes. And if it feels daunting, stay grounded with the 10 of Pentacles. Stay grounded in the legacy that you are growing. the legacy of stability, of safety, of having your needs met from yourself and even from these two cups, the Two of Cups, the union. Either the union with a partner or the union with yourself. And what emerges from all this? The Two of Swords. The Crossroads. But not in a debilitating way. What emerges is more trust in your intuition, more trust in your decisiveness, trust in being able to navigate your crossroads, knowing that you can't make a wrong decision. You can make a bad decision, but you can't make a wrong decision. Once you are on the path, you might encounter detours. You might encounter side quests, but they're not wrong. They just help you recalibrate and come back to the path. Or that the detours are part of the path. They are the path. You can't make a wrong decision. You can make bad decisions. And they may feel wrong in the moment, but ultimately they help you refine your focus and your trajectory. There you go, collective.
Thank you so much, Emil, for coming on here. Like I said, we've been long overdue to do this, and I was just excited because I've gotten readings from Emil. Guys, he's so, like, you just got to experience. That's how he is on his personal readings as well. But I love how you take time to reflect on it too, of like, okay, what kind of angle can I see this at to help an individual get through it so that they can see the opportunities that are alas for us? Because as a tarot reader, I'm not just a storyteller. I'm all about self-development. And a lot of tarot readers don't go that way. It's just, let's see the approach here of someone doing something to you. And it's like, let's reflect it back of the power that we have. And let's see if we can look at this differently. So I have one final question for you, Emil.
Okay.
And this is going to on the fly. All right. And I do want to thank you so much to our sponsors for being here. Thanks, Jem, everyone. A lot of people responding, that these were on point, so we appreciate all the comments. First of all, I want to make sure that you guys are following him. He's primarily on TikTok and Instagram, but I love it. He's in his car with his tea, and he's giving you some daily advice. It's awesome, and I love the way that you edit it too, because it's quick, but it's also like it's very reflective. It makes you sit there and pause and think about it. But the question I have for you, Emil, is if there is a one card in tarot right now that would represent you at this point, because this is a little bit intimate, you at this point and where you want to be, what would those two cards be?
Oh, two cards.
Mm-hmm. One, where you think you are now, and where you want to go.
Well, right off the bat, the Devil and Temperance.
Oh, I like that that's kind of a duality card there.
Yeah. And I haven't shown them off yet, but I got those tattooed.
Did you?
Yeah, kind of big. They're not ready for prime time yet. They still need some work done, but I have Temperance on my left thigh.
Right.
And the Devil on my right thigh. For layers of reasons,
balance.
The Devil and the angel.
Yeah.
uh, but also the, as I've described the devil, reclaiming it as
Mm.
not the, I mean, certainly there is the shadow side to the devil card,
Yeah, sure,
uh,
sure.
but because I'm a Capricorn, the association there with Saturn, and uh, discovering as I've gotten deeper into tarot and have been slowly deepening my understanding of astrology,
Right.
uh, because growing up I never resonated with Capricorn descriptions.
I see.
Granted, they were, like more like magazine horoscope
Yeah,
descriptions.
right. I get it.
Single-minded, disciplined, industrious, and I never felt that.
Mhm.
But deepening my understanding, and even like through other astrologers offering their takes, their opinions
Mm.
and thoughts, um, finding a more loving way to view the Capricorn description, and uh, seeing how over the course of my life so far,
Yeah.
how that's developed, how I've grown into more of this Capricorn energy of being solid and steady, um, determined and dedicated, but with the oceanic aspect of being able and willing to dive deep, which goes with my Sagittarius moon in the 12th house. I love, I like to adventure in the depths. I like
I
to
think
see
it's
what's
a really good combo. I think having both is, and you're right. Like a lot of people see the devil cards, oh God, like that's our, but it has a lot of depth in it. It has,
Mhm.
and I always point this out too. Yeah, it might be lustful, but it's passion and it's single-minded and it is determination and devotion.
Right,
So if you can use that for the good and combine
right.
it with temperance, man, you're gold.
Hence the temperance,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I have wrestled with and we all wrestle with the shadow side of the devil,
Yeah.
but like specifically like issues with attachment,
Hmm.
and even addiction, which is more attachment,
Right.
and learning learning a sense of detachment, still learning what that truly feels like, what that truly looks like, and not simply becoming cold and isolated, but not attached to where you get dragged around.
Yeah. Makes sense. Well, again, thank you so much. And a reminder, guys, to make sure you're checking his channels out. And he is open for private readings as well, which you can book through that link. You guys take care. And thanks again, Emil.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.